There's quite a bit of uncertainty tonight circulating throughout the Capital Region school districts.
It's because of what we've been reporting all week, that the state hasn't been taking in as much revenue as expected. So the question tonight, will that shortfall affect your children in their classrooms? Dan Levy joins us live with what he found out. Dan?
Benita, Jim, good evening. Albany Assemblywoman Pat Fahey told me about this today. At this point, she doesn't see reason for panic. But when the state has roughly $2.3 billion less money to dole out, at the very least, people are concerned.
In the Waterville East School District, 75% of the funding comes from New York State. If any of that money were to be compromised, Superintendent Lori Kaplan would have difficult decisions to make.
My concern is, will my students have the people in the programs that they need in front of them?
Kaplan insists she's already trimmed the fat everywhere she can. And in the 7 years she's been at the helm, her staff has learned to do more with less.
You know, we don't have an expenditure problem here in Waterville. We have a revenue problem. I have to be fiscally responsible to my taxpayers.
Especially in a community where 75% of the property is tax exempt. And that means 25% of the population foots 100% of the bill.
So my concern is, yes, what will happen? But I also know that the doors are going to open in September. I'm going to have people in programs.
School districts across the state share similar concerns. Education funding was a common thread at Wednesday's joint budget hearing concerning elementary and secondary education.
At this point, I'm certainly not proposing to take that $2.3 billion out of education.
Albany Assemblywoman Pat Fahey says budget negotiations at the Capitol have just gotten a little more complicated.
I can't say anything is off the hands off on the budget, but I will say it remains a top priority for me.
Lori Kaplan points out that cutting education funding benefits no one because schools wouldn't be able to turn out students who are ready for the real world. And Fahey, although not ready to panic, says she remains concerned because of the possibility that the $2.3 billion hole could get deeper. With coverage you can trust, Dan Levy, News Channel 13, Benita and Jim.
All right, Dan, thank you.